Hi, everyone, and welcome to Inside Bristol. I'm your host, Sheridan Nichols, and up first today, I've got Police Officer Tiana Macias joining us. Thank you so much for being with us
Thank
today.
you for having me.
And we've got a fun topic. We're talking trunk or treat. It's that time of year, fall is in the air, and you're hosting a really great trunk or treat for the kids, so get your calendars out.
We are. It's going to be on October 30th at 5 p.m. The whole downtown area is actually going to host it. So the vendors on that street are going to also have treats for the kids. But we, as a police department, are going to be in the downtown center. Okay. Obviously, we'll have treats, which is going to be the best part. But this year, we're kind of doing something fun, too. And some of the officers are participating in decorating their...
Oh, fun.
Yes. And so we have a friendly competition going on who's going to be the fan favorite. So make sure to tell the kids to vote because we are having a friendly competition, and I say friendly lightly. It's a big competition.
I love it.
So we all have so many ideas, and all the officers are participating, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
That is fun, and it always looks so great. It kind of amazes me what you can come up with. And it's going to go all the way through downtown.
Yes, it is.
Great.
It's going to be the whole city of Bristol is really getting involved in this. So it's really amazing. It's not just us hosting it, but the whole city's really getting involved.
And then everyone obviously get your costumes out, and it starts at what time?
5 p.m.
Okay, is there an end time?
It's going to go till probably about 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Or until we run out of candy, unfortunately. It's a real thing. It's what we have to deal with. So until we run out of candy.
And is there a good start place for everyone?
I wouldn't, just wherever you can park. The municipal lot for the police department will be open. You're able to park there. It should be able to park there, and you could start from one end of State Street and work your way all the way down. And like I said, we'll be at the downtown center.
And I guess in terms of hosting something like this, I think it's also great for the kids because it's safe and it's monitored. And
it is. And one of our biggest goals is to have the kids interacting with us, to getting to see us in a better light than having to respond to calls or having to deal with a bad guy on a bad day or dealing with people in bad situations. And so the kids really get to see us in a great light and get to enjoy us while we're having fun too.
Now, will y'all be dressing up some?
No, we are gonna have maybe a few headbands, maybe a few hats that we can wear, but we're gonna be in our police uniforms. We want them to know that we're officers and want us to interact with us as officers and stuff like that and really recognize us.
And really it's great because as we all know, we've had to postpone a lot of these things in the last year and a half, 2 years.
Yes.
So it's a sense of normalcy as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we'll all really have a good time, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
And then what about in terms of trick-or-treating in your neighborhoods? Because we are all doing that this year. Well, you at least have the option.
Right.
And if that's the case, what are some really good safety tips for families and kids?
Probably any children about 12 and under probably need to be escorted. Know where your children are at if they are going by themselves. Make sure that they, have a cell phone, something that they can get in contact with you. You want to keep up with them. As for the candy, we're not going to eat anything and indulge in any treats that are open, and make sure to inspect your children's candy before letting them have it. So that's a big deal. But definitely knowing where they're at and being safe. And that's what we want. Maybe even add some reflectors so people can see them, because there will be people driving around dropping off their trick-or-treaters. So we just want to be as safe as possible.
So definitely put that on your calendar. Saturday evening, 5 p.m. All the fun starts on October 30th. Thanks for hosting. And
thank you.
Definitely, if anything else, even if you don't have kids, come out and see the decorations, because I have a feeling they'll be really good.
Oh, yeah. It'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being on, and don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Inside Bristol. I'm your host, Sheridan Nichols. Well, up next, we're going to hear from David Montgomery with the fire department. He's going to tell us all about the burn permit process if you've got those leaves hanging around and how to get rid of them. Here he is.
This time of year, we get a lot of calls for burn permits to burn leaves while you're cleaning up your yard for fall. The process we go through with that is you can run by our main fire station on Bluff City Highway, 211 Bluff City Highway, to obtain a burn permit. Go in the front office. You can get them there from 9 to 5. Monday through Friday. 989-5701 is the number. Call ahead if you need to make sure someone's going to be there. The guys are in and out based on their call load for the day. But what we want to talk about is what you can and cannot burn. Basically, when you get a burn permit, you can burn what grows on your land. If it grows on your land, you can, as long as it's a safe environment and you've got a water hose handy that you can control, then you can burn what you get off your land. Leaves are a little different story. Leaves you can burn, and it is legal by the state of Tennessee and our burn permits to burn. But what we like for you to do is put them to the curb and call the city. You can call Billy from the city. He'll schedule a time, and they'll come right out and pick all the leaves up right off the curb, so you don't have to worry about the fire. What you want to do is be away from dry vegetation, a spot that you can clear an area a couple feet all the way around it, not in a wooded area out in the open. And again, just make sure you've got a water hose where you can reach to it. That way you can keep it under control and we don't have to come out and visit. Another one of the things we wanted to talk about after addressing what we can burn is stuff we can't, and we get this call a lot. If you're doing home remodeling, if you're tearing down a building in the back, anything that is man-made and or piles that look like this, come from Lowe's, come from Home Depot, that's not legal to burn based on the burn permits that we issue in the state of Tennessee. So this type debris cannot be burnt under a burn permit. We get calls for that a lot for cleanup, but that should be the responsibility of either your contractor, or you can also contact the same number for the leaves and get a special pickup through the sanitation department. We're going to talk a little bit more about what we can burn. Natural vegetation that grows on your land is okay. Anything that doesn't grow on your land is not okay. That's as simple as we can make the burn permits. A couple things you need to know is burn permits are free. Again, you can pick them up on 211 Bluff City Highway. If you have a substantial amount to burn, call our main fire station and we'll have somebody look at it. Other than that, they're free. Run by and pick one up. A couple other things you need to know is be courteous to your neighbors. We will get complaints a lot of times if you're close on houses and your neighbor's complaining because of the smoke. We will have to send an engine out to kind of take a look at things, make sure everything's okay, and there's a good possibility if we come out, we're going to put it out. You know, if we put it out, you're going to have different means to be able to light it back up. When you pick your burn permit up, there's a number on the top left-hand corner of it. It is our dispatch line. You're required to call before and after you burn. The reason for that is dry conditions, certain wind conditions, and certain humidity conditions, we put a burn ban on, which you're not allowed to burn at any point with a burn ban. Dispatch is notified of that, and the number on the top left of your burn permit is where you call to determine if we have a burn ban on or not. Those are placed on and off on a daily basis, so call every time you burn, before and after. A couple things that happen is if you don't get a burn permit, maximum penalty for that is a $25,000 fine. That is from the state. We want to get a burn permit that way. Think of it as life safety. If your neighbor calls in and we don't have a burn permit and they call in and they see smoke in your house, we're sending a full complement of engines and ambulances to your house just like it's a structure fire. It saves us manpower and saves the lives of our firemen. So call and get a burn permit. That way we know you're burning. If we have to come and check, we don't mind doing that, but we're not sending the entire complement to a structure fire.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to Inside Bristol. I'm your host Sheridan Nichols, and I have Richard Ball with me today, and we are talking about a great event that we have coming up in Bristol, which is the Veterans Day Parade. Tell us about this event.
This is a parade to celebrate and show the appreciation to all of our veterans that have served. They sacrificed a lot. They were away from home. They missed a lot of their family, and we just want to show them our appreciation and how we honor them.
And who's invited? Can anyone come?
On the sidewalks, of course, everyone is invited. To be in the parade, we would like for you to be a veteran.
Okay.
We would like for you to bring a veteran if you know of one, and we'd like to have as many veterans that ride in the parade as possible. But we won't turn down anyone if they want to just participate.
So now if there's a veteran that's watching that would like to be in a part of the parade and get involved, do they contact you, or what's the best way to?
Yes, that's the easiest way. But there's no registration, there's no fee, there's no lineup. When you show up, we just send you on up and put you in behind the car that's already parked there. So it's very easy to do, and my number is out there so that I could be contacted.
Great. And what about the parade route?
The parade route will start at Bill Gatton on State Street.
Okay.
And we'll go east up to Lee Street, which is right above the Paramount, and turn left and go over to Cumberland, and that's where it will start dispersing.
And what's the date of the parade?
The date will be November the 6th. The lineup starts at 9 and the parade starts at 10, and it's usually over by 11.
Okay.
And at 11 o'clock at the park, we will have a service. We'll have a guest speaker and we'll have some music.
Oh, that'll be exciting. It's a nice way, like you said, to honor everyone who's served our country. And I know that you have, so thank you for your service. And what branch? Tell us a little bit about your background with the military.
I served in the Air Force along with my two brothers, all at the same time. And I served from 66 to 70, and I was in Southeast Asia. I was in Thailand, and I came home in 70. And I can remember standing in front of the Cameo and seeing my first Veterans Day parade in 1970. So that's 51 years ago, and I'm sure that the parade is at least 75 to 85 years old.
That's great.
And I've been doing it 21 years.
Wow. Well, that's exciting. We appreciate you coming on and sharing all of this information. Is there anything I'm missing you'd like to add?
No, not that I know. I'd like for everybody to come out since we didn't have one last year because of the COVID. I would really appreciate to see a good attendance on the sidewalks this year and in the parade too.
That's great. Thank you so much for being on, and thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.